This video is brought to you by cjbeatz.com. Design your own custom snapbacks and hats.
Hey, what's good everybody? It's cjbeatz. We're back at it again today. Today we're going to master a beat in Logic Pro X using a combination of both stock plugins as well as a free plugin to bring our loudness of the beat to a broadcasting standard. So the only thing that I have currently on my stereo output is a level meter, as you can see right here, which I enabled RMS on. You could find the level meter simply by going to metering and then level meter in stereo. So I have the RMS as well as the peak here displayed. The RMS is the perceived loudness level versus the peak, which is the loudness level that you see on your stereo output. When we're mastering beats, we're only mastering beats to, upload them to platforms like YouTube or SoundCloud so that, people that are on all sorts of devices can hear them at a nice loud level. Let's say an artist purchased a beat of yours. You don't want to send them mastered versions because they want headroom in order to record their vocals on it and then have it mastered afterwards. So again, the reason why we're mastering beats is only for an audience to listen to them on platforms, like I said, like YouTube, SoundCloud, BeatStars. So it's nice and loud and people can hear it in clarity. So I already created a little beat here using one of the samples that you could find on Lunar Loops. We have this pack on frequency.com. Definitely go check that out. I'll put a link in the description for you. Let's have a listen to this beat and also have a look at the RMS and peak levels that this beat is currently at. We could tell that at the loudest point, our RMS level indicates that it was at negative 21.5, and the peak was at its highest point at around negative 6.4. So with that being said, we can tell that this beat is not loud enough. So how do we achieve that broadcasting loudness level? The first thing I do is bring in an EQ. So I come down to the Vintage EQ collection, Vintage Consoles EQ. I stick with the defaults here. I don't use the low cutoff because I want that low end to come through the mix. What I do boost is the low frequencies by about 1 decibel. The mid frequencies I usually boost by like 1.5. And the high end frequencies I'll boost by around 2.5. I'm just trying to get a little bit more out of my mix. By boosting certain frequency ranges, I achieve that. All right, let's have a listen to that, and I'm just going to section out like sort of the loudest part of the beat, which is right here. And we can take a look at our RMS and peak levels now. All right, so we're still in the green. We're at negative 6.3 now, and an RMS of negative 20.9. The goal is to get our RMS levels to about 10, negative 10. That's where I set my marker. You could use the marker on the level meter to your RMS to be at its loudest point. So negative 10 is what I chose. I've heard songs nowadays that have an RMS level of negative 5. If you listen to Tekashi 6ix9ine songs, they're anywhere between 4 or 5, negative 4 or 5 RMS. So that's the perceived loudness level. That is very loud. That's not what I'm going for today. I'm trying to get it around negative 10. The next thing I'm going to do is work on the stereo field a little bit. So I'm going to be using an imager for that. You could find the imager under imaging and then stereo spread. Okay, right off the bat, it spreads everything from the low end to the high end frequencies, and it sounds like this. That's not what we want. What we want to do is basically only boost a little bit of that high end. So what I'm going to do is lower the low end frequencies to about negative, we'll bring that around -2. I'm going to push this up like so. So the only thing that's being, spread in the stereo field is anything above probably around 3K. And then I'm going to even make it a little more subtle by bringing this down. So you have to imagine like the high end is being spread apart left to right. I'll let you hear it without it one more time. And with. It's very subtle, but you hear it. And the last thing I would do is put a maximizer on it. This is what's going to allow us to make this beat louder. So I found this plugin by Thomas Munt, and it's called Loud Max. It's a free maximizer tool that works with Logic, and I've tested this out. It's definitely a great maximizer to use. It's easy to install. I'm going to put a link in the description for you to download this plugin. It's pretty simple. All you have is your threshold and then also your peak. All right, now let me show you guys how you go about installing Loud Max. It's a pretty simple process if you know your way around the Mac. So the first thing you want to do is look for your Macintosh HD. Normally, if you have your favorites open like this, you can go to your Mac and then your Macintosh HD like so. What you want to look for is the library. Then go to Audio and then Plugins. Once you're in the Plugins folder, double-click Components, and this is where you're going to import the Loud Max in. Loud Max, when downloaded, comes in a zip. You just double-click to unzip, and then simply click and drag it into your Components folder. You have to authenticate. Just going to hit Replace because mine's already in there. And then you would type in your username and your password and get it added to your Components folder. Once it's in your Components folder, you do have to restart the Mac in order for that plugin to be visible. Once you've restarted your computer, you'll be able to find it under Audio Units, Thomas Munt, and then Loud Max, and again, stereo. Let's have a listen to that loudest part of the beat one more time, and we're going to gradually add the threshold to make this beat louder. So I'm going to gradually add the threshold now and make this beat louder. It's already getting to be a little bit too loud, so let's bring it down a little bit. I'm also going to cut into the output by -0.6 just to leave that little bit of headroom. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you guys learned something today. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and that notification button so you're notified anytime I upload new content. You could also follow me on Instagram. I'll be putting all my social media links in the description below. Hit me up with some questions anytime. I'm always working. My name is CJ, and I'm out for now. Peace.